few moments later.
The district says an unauthorized adult got onto a school bus and started using profane and derogatory language. Police were called and have started an investigation. We're still waiting on more details from the Currituck County Sheriff's Office.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to y'all with another video. Hope y'all having a very great day. Hope y'all having a very great week. My day is going absolutely wonderful. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribers to the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of North Carolina by way of character. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of North Carolina. Everybody inside the great city of character. Now, before I start this story, I want to say a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. And now you all, we're going to make this story short and very sweet. Now, I want to ask you all one question before we dig deep into the story. What would you do if you found out that your child was being bullied? And also, not only was your child being bullied, but another child put their hands on your child as far as kicking your child.
35-year-old Samantha Spoor was told by her son that he had been kicked on the bus by another student.
What would you do? Would you respond the same way that Samantha Spoor responded by getting on a school bus, threatening the children, and also threatening to whoop the mama, also telling the kids to tell the mom to come see them?
Recorded with mama. I live over here. Send her.
So I'm going to ask you all another question. How would you feel if another woman get on a school bus and curse your child out? Now, it all went down just last Thursday where Samantha Spoor, 35 years old, boarded a Moorcock County school bus where she confronted a group of kids. And the reason why Samantha Spoor was said to have done this was because her son was being bullied by one of the students. But I noticed one thing. When Samantha Spoor had boarded the bus, she never once stated which student or called out the student that was allegedly bullying her son. So I want to ask you this question right here, family, before we dig deep into the story. Now, do you think that her son was really being bullied, or was her son bullying somebody else? And I'm not saying that her son is lying, but at the same time, you got to understand one thing about children. Children do things also. Now, on one hand, you have a boy who said that another student had kicked him. So which student kicked your son? And also, why didn't you address the bus driver? Because the bus driver is the one in control of the bus. And also, wouldn't it have been better to announce to the public exactly what happened on that bus and also what student have done this? That way, we can address their parents. And also, you can take it up with the school. But to board the bus and cuss the children out, and there's one young girl in Pacific whose name is Savannah Bailey, 13 years old, to cuss this girl out and also threaten to mess them up, or really to F them up, that goes a little bit too far. But in my honest opinion, there is a better way to handle this whole situation. Because number one, you are the adult. These are children. So really, you can't put your hands on them. So why even threaten them? Now, once again, we know that you was upset and we know how people are about their children. But at the same time, you don't want to be made out to look like a fool yourself. So make sure that you do things in the right order. And that way, you won't wind up arrested like you was arrested. And now let's begin.
The woman was yelling at an 8th grade student on that bus.
Sit the down. Ain't none of y'all gonna do.
Words no child should hear when riding a school bus, but for Savannah Bailey, she and other students heard that and more.
I was raised not to take disrespect. Even though I didn't say anything, it was just kind of shocking to me how she talked to me like that way, even though she doesn't know me.
Now, the bus driver who was driving this Moorcock County school bus stated in a police report that when he made this bus stop, that's when Samantha Spoor rushed on the bus, really marched on the bus, and started threatening the children and also said the N-word multiple times using racial slurs. Now, I understand that you're upset on one hand, but at the same time, to threaten the children, that's a little too much. But why use the N-word? That would really got everybody upset because you could have made your point in a whole different way. I mean, there was a better way of doing this. And once again, family, we're not condoning bullying because we are totally against that. But at the same time, you don't want to be the bully because remember, you are the adult and these are children. There was a better way to handle this whole situation. Let's continue.
And according to Savannah, the woman didn't know the full situation either. Savannah told me what unfolded before the video. She says the woman, who police have identified as 35-year-old Samantha Spoor, was told by her son that he had been kicked on the bus by another student. When the bus got to Spoor's stop, that's when Spoor made her way inside. Savannah said she stood up only to better hear what the woman was saying. That's when the woman directed the mean comments at her.
And now, after hearing what the news stated, the son told his mom that while he was on the bus one of the students that was on his bus kicked him. So if your son told you that he was kicked, do your son not know who kicked him?
35-year-old Samantha Spoor was told by her son that he had been kicked on the bus by another student.
Because it goes back to what I just said a few minutes ago. Why did you not address the student that kicked your son? Why cuss everybody out on the bus and threaten everybody? That's what we're trying to understand. Now, on one hand, if your son told you that he was kicked, and I'm not saying that your son did not tell you that, because I believe maybe he was kicked, because those kids was cussing your butt out on the bus as you got off. Now, if your son told you who kicked him, why do you not address that person and address the school bus driver and tell the school bus driver what student did it, and then also the very next day go up to the school and also have a meeting with the parents? That's how you're supposed to address that. But you're never supposed to bow down and get down on the kids' level. Why stoop down to their level and threaten them and then use the N-word? That's what really has everybody upset. And I hope you all can understand that. And once again, we're not condoning bullying. But at the same time, you got to understand, you are the adult. These are children. Let's continue.
Savannah's parents
Record it for your mama.
say this.
Send her.
And now, family, as you all heard Samantha Sport tell the 13-year-old girl, Savannah Bailey, send your mama. Tell her I live here. Now, how would you have taken that? Would you have taken that as a threat, or would you have pulled up on Samantha Sport and politely had a talk with her? What would you have done? And please be honest about the whole situation. Because I don't understand why would she throw a threat at the girl mom when the mom is not doing anything wrong. But at the same time, why not address the child that kicked your son? Why cuss everybody out? And also, just because the 13-year-old girl Savannah Bailey stood up, that does not mean that she was the one that kicked your son. Because I highly doubt that this girl kicked your son. I mean, that wouldn't even make sense. Now, let's continue.
To have a parent step on my child's bus. These days and times, you don't know what could have happened.
School officials sent 10 on Your Side a statement that said only authorized personnel and students are permitted to board school buses. The safety and well-being of students and staff remain our highest priority.
I sent her on the bus to get a safe ride home. I'm not sure if I want her to ride that bus anymore.
And also addressing the bus driver, family. Why didn't the bus driver get up and say something? Why didn't the bus driver get up and make her stop talking to these children like that? Now, we understand once again, because we have to drive this point home. We understand that you're mad that your son was allegedly being bullied and somebody kicked him. But like I said, why not address that person that was bullying your son and kicked your son? And also, why not address the bus driver and then take the matter up with the school and also the school board? That's the way to do it. That way you won't wind up arrested. Now let's go and finish up.
Spoor now faces misdemeanor charges of trespassing, disorderly conduct, and communicating threats.
It's being an adult and knowing how far to take it and not getting on a bus yelling and screaming at children.
And now in closing, family, ask yourself this. Was it worth it for Samantha Sport to get on the school bus, threaten these children, cuss them out, and then also call them the N-word, only to wind up arrested? What did you gain by doing that? What did you gain? That's what I'm trying to find out. But you got to understand one thing, like we always tell people when it comes to children and adults, do not ever stoop down to a child level because you will be treated as such. Now, you got to understand one thing. You are the adult in the whole situation, and there's a right and a wrong way to do things in life. The way you should have done this is by addressing the student and then also addressing the school bus driver and then take the matter up with the school and the school board. And that way you won't wind up with this mug shot. And shame on you all for trying to cover her face up with this damn mug shot. Who the hell put that filter on her? Well, anyway, you all let me know what you think about the story. If there's anything I may have misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me and we can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Become a channel member. Also, share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed. And adults, stay in adults' place. And children need to stay in children's place. But at the same time, when there's problems occurring with you or your child, there's a right and a wrong way to do things. Because the last thing you want to do is to be made out to look like a fool in front of the public. All because you couldn't control your emotions and anger. Anyway, I will see y'all soon on next Trey King Show. And you all have a great weekend. And guess what? I'm out.